Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get students fast. A smart way to get your next 50 students within the shortest possible time. Welcome once again. If you wait till the end of this video, I'll be giving you a special gift that is worth 100,000 naira. So make sure you watch it to the very end. You might want to make this really fast. You can decide to increase the speed or do whatever you can, but make sure you watch it to the very end and today. Okay? Who is speaking? My name is Oluseyi Akaluba. I am an education consultant and digital marketing specialist for over a decade. Okay? I'm also an SME business coach. I've trained over 1,000 people on digital marketing. I'm a mom and a wife. So nice to meet you all. Now, what informs this training, you might want to ask? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Now, with my interaction with different school leaders over the last couple of months, I have found out that all good schools that are struggling with their enrollment have one single thing in common. All the fantastic schools that I've spoken with, good staff, good facility, good, everything is good, but they're struggling with enrollment. They have one thing in common, and that thing is poor or non existent marketing. Poor or non existent marketing. Some have no marketing strategy at all. Some are doing stuff that do not work and they keep doing it over and over again. So, I have a question for you. Do you have an effective marketing strategy for your school? If you have a marketing strategy, is it effective? And if you say it is effective, how effective is it? Is it so effective that it can assure you of 50 students or even as high as 70 students, as in the case of Mrs. Joy Ajayi, the proprietors of Royalville International Schools, Port Harcourt? Yes, in 2023, I had a conversation with her. She had been running her school for 10 years as of then, located in a very competitive environment, beautiful school, great staff. But one thing was her growth was really slow. For a school that's been in existence for up to 10 years, you should expect her to have certain numbers, but she did not. Bills piling up, staff clamoring for increments in salaries, everything was just there, and she needed more students. She didn't know what to do. Okay, she had spent money on handbills, the same way some of you here watching this video have spent a lot of money on billboards, promised your teachers commission. If you bring a student, I'm going to give you XYZ amount. All of those did not help her. She needed help desperately. Does this sound like your school currently? Does this sound like what you have been doing, you know, and you've not gotten results? Well, I was able to help her get 70 students and fast. Trust me, it was super fast. That is why I'm going to talk about my strategy in this video. And I'm here to tell you that if you watch till the end, you will find out that strategy that is not just fast, but cost effective. Yeah, we're going to be comparing it with other strategies used by other schools. And you're going to see that for the amount of money you pay, this is really cost effective. Okay, now having spoken with schools, having worked with different schools, these are three major marketing methods that schools employ, when they are trying to grow their enrollment. You see them talk about newspaper publication. So back in the day when newspaper was really a thing, I don't really remember the last time I picked up one to read. you know Many people do not buy newspapers anymore, but for the few people who buy, how many of them sit down and look for advert pages, and try to read them to the end? A lot of people hardly pay attention to the adverts inside newspapers, and a lot of companies and business places no longer buy newspapers because people get their information from some other sources. Okay, so we are considering the reach and the conversion. Newspapers are too slow. If they eventually even work at all, they might not even work. And if they work, you cannot really measure the growth that you get from them. So personally, I do not recommend it. So if you're saving up money, hoping and planning to use newspapers to advertise your school because you want to appeal to the high class, the middle class members of the society, just keep watching. You will find out a better and more effective method. The next one is, I see a lot of schools erecting massive billboards and signages on the streets, major roads, major express roads, hoping that people driving past will sit down or stop for a minute and read the billboards capture the information, and send them a message. Trust this, for the few schools that I've spoken with that have used this method, it really doesn't work. It's usually a total waste of resources. Because come to think of it, how many billboards do you stop by to read when you're driving? Yes, even when there's traffic, we hardly stop by to read billboards. And even when you look at them, you just look at them for a second or two and you take your eyes off. You do not have the time to read the information, to check out the numbers to call, the emails, and whatever, you know? And many of the billboards you see really do not apply to you. Imagine dropping a billboard for a school on a major expressway. 70 to 80% of people driving past are not going to stop for more than a second or two. And those who stop to look at your billboard, they might not even be your target audience. They might just be random people traveling somewhere. They have no time to read. And even when they read, they do not have a child of school age. Their kids are probably grown. They don't know what makes your school better than the next school on their street. So, in my opinion, erecting billboards on the streets, spending a lot of money on those things, it's a waste of your resources. If you have tried it before, I'm sure you can agree with me that it really doesn't work. Now, except you're a really big school that just wants to remain top of mind, if you're still small and probably struggling financially, do not waste your money trying to erect a billboard anywhere. But this is the method that works. Option number three, the OPAC framework that was designed by the school marketing expert. This framework works so well. It is effective, cost effective. It reaches your exact target audience regardless of their location. Okay, so we use artificial technology to determine the location of your customers, of your clients. So if your school is a day school or a boarding school, or you want clients from a certain state, a certain local government, a certain street, we can help you set that up. And this can literally blow up your school in less than 3 months. In less than 3 months, trust me, you will get the result you're looking for. Now, how does this work? What we do is when we sit with our clients for a 20-minute strategy session, we understand your brand, your customers, and the best way to get their attention. And then from the information you provide us, we sit down and create a viral advertising strategy for your school. Yes, it varies from school to school. Some schools have it on one in a certain way, some other schools another way, because you're probably in different locations, you are trying to appeal to different clients, different customers. There is a reason why the hairdresser on your street is not your favorite hairdresser. You probably go 2 streets away, you probably drive 5 minutes away to your favorite hairdresser. Same thing for schools. The fact that schools are littered everywhere doesn't make those schools the ideal school for a child. There are certain qualities, certain things that parents are looking for, and that makes them to take their children to different places, to another school. So with the strategy session, we'll know what is your sweet spot, your unique selling point as a school, and with that we're going to use it to draw in your ideal target audience. We're going to also help you set up and revive your social media pages. Yes, social media is a very powerful tool. You can use it to target the rich, educated, and empowered members of society. It works way better than sharing flyers. So if you're still in that category where you take your teachers out, you go to the nearest roundabout and you share flyers and you hope that some of them will convert, well, you're just wasting money and you're enriching the graphic designer and printer, because the middle class and the upper class members of society are not going to wait for you by the roadside. And if they eventually get a hand get, if they eventually get your handbill or flyers, they're going to tear them or just trash them at the nearest opportunity they get. But with the OPAC framework, you will be on their faces several times a day, every single day, until they listen to your message and, give you a call, send you a message, and probably, enroll their children. And that was what we did for Mrs. Ajayi, and she got 70 new students within a very short time. Now, I have a question for you. How much is your school fees per year? I know that most schools run a three-term calendar, so you have first term, second term, third term. Now, how much is the school fees for one session, for 1 year? In the case of a university, maybe you have 2 semesters and the students pay once. I know most primary secondary schools pay 3 times, so they pay every single term. My question for you is, how much is one child worth at your school. You might need to get your calculator and let's do a quick math. So if I'm able to help you get 50 students, I'm assuming that if your school is not really so expensive, maybe in a year you get like 200,000 naira from each child, and times 50 of them, that's about 10 million naira in just 1 year. Yes. Now, if your school is really as great as you say it is, because I only work with great schools, right? If you're struggling, and probably you will not be my client. If you're still struggling, no, I will not be able to help you. I work with established schools, schools that have a brand name, that have something at stake. Okay? Now, working with you and giving you 50 students, even if you only earn as little as 200,000 naira per child, that means you're making 10 million naira. Yes, in the shortest possible time. And if your school is really that sweet and that great, many students stay in a school for at least 5 to 6 years. So whether you run nursery, primary, or you run a secondary school, your students will stay with you. Most of the students will stay with you between 5 years, 6 years, and the likes, depending on the kind of treatment they get and all of those. So multiply 10 million times the number of years those children stay in your school, probably 5 years. That's 50 million naira. And you only really need to bring them in once. Once you bring them in once, they will bring their friends, probably their siblings, and you keep growing from there. Okay, now let's move on. What did we do for Mrs. Ajayi that blew up her numbers so fast? We set up and revived her dead marketing channels. We used catchy content to draw in our ideal customers who live nearby. Now, Mr. Ajayi's school, the Royal View International School, is a day school. Okay, and because it's a day school, location was really, really a major factor, because parents are very careful about driving to school. They do not want their kids to be on the road for too long, because they're probably also going to their offices. They don't want to be on the road for too long. So we took cognizance of her location, and we targeted parents who live or walked around the location of her school. This is something that a lot of people cannot help you do. Why am I able to do this for you? It's because with my experience as a digital marketer and a teacher, I know how parents think, I know what they are looking out for, and I'm going to advise you on the kind of content to create and the kind of strategy that will help you draw them in. And within as little as 10 days, she started getting calls, messages, inquiries. People started stopping by. I saw your advert. I want to really see this school. And within a short while, 50 students. If she got 70, not even 50, she got 70 students. Many of these people lived very close to her school, but they did not even realize that her school existed. They probably would have seen one or two children pass by their homes, but they didn't know where the kids were heading. And they kept driving their children out of the estate to another location. Maybe that's what is happening to you. Parents who live nearby, they keep driving their kids to the GRA, they keep taking their kids to the next popular school, because they do not know that they can get something even better than what the popular school is offering at your school. All of those things will be over when we start working for you. The marketing channel we used for Mrs. Ajayi was social media. Yes, I know a lot of schools have social media pages. You probably have Facebook, you have Instagram, and some other pages, but are they really active? Some of you last posted 3 months ago. In fact, some people have not posted this year at all. If you're like that, then you're really sleeping on gold. And I'm here to help you sort that out. Okay? Now, you might ask me, why social media? Why do you use social media for your work? It's really simple. All your target audience have smartphones. If you're looking to attract the middle and the upper class members of society at your school, trust me, your target audience, your customers have smartphones. Some persons have as much as two or three. Now, and they spend a minimum of 4 to 10 hours online every single day. No matter how busy these professionals are, they still take a minute or two to glance at their phone every now and then. And with artificial technology, they can be captured based on their behaviors and interests. So we can help you look for parents who are actually looking for schools right now. They are searching for schools in their neighborhood, schools around them, schools that offer XYZ services. They are looking for them. And that makes them an easy catch when we are doing our adverts. Okay? Another thing is that social media produces massive results. Social media marketing produces massive results, not just for schools, but for other businesses. If you have ever bought shoes, clothes, phones, and other gadgets online from an advert, then you can already tell how this works. Now, some people are asking, will this really work for my school? My school is located in XYZ. I'm going to show you the ideal schools that we work for, and if you see yourself among any of these categories, then you can send us a message to work with us. If not, well, maybe you can try some other strategy. The ideal schools that the OPAC framework work for are schools whose target audience are middle and upper class citizens. Okay, if your parents you're looking at are people who are earning anything above 3, 4, 500,000 naira monthly, or even up into millions, then the OPAC framework will work for you. If the location of your school or the location of your customers is urban centers, urban cities, then this strategy will work for you. Whether you're running a private university, a secondary school, or even a primary school. Another fantastic thing is if your school has great academic records, okay, especially a secondary school, you do IGCSE, you do checkpoint, you do WAEC, and your students come out with very fantastic results, this strategy will work for you 100%. I am super sure. Okay. It has worked for several schools around the country. I have worked with several schools around the country. You're going to be seeing some of my past clients on the next slide. You take a look at them. Some people might want to even snoop around and send them messages to confirm if they have worked with the school marketing expert. You are very free to do so. Okay? So these are some of them. Kerrydale Preparatory School, Port Harcourt, Inspire Academy, Abuja, Royalville International School, Greenfields Pinnacle, Graceland International, Pika Learning in Benin. We have several of them. I'm not able to cover all of them, right? But at least just to show you that this is not a new thing. This is not something that started today or yesterday. St. Mary's University in Ondo State. Yes, it works for private universities as well. Osman Brook, Port Harcourt, Swearing Pace Setter Girls, Ibadan. This thing is going to be set up for you virtually. We do not need to come to your location to do it for you. We can set it up virtually even when, from wherever you are, wherever we are. We just exchange the information and then we set it up. And in a matter of days, you start to see all the changes. You start to get messages, inquiries, and all of that. Now, if you watched up to this point, then I'm sure that you need help getting this set up for your school. And there's only one person I'm recommending to help you get it done, and that is the school marketing expert. Why? It's really simple. Over a decade experience, over a decade of experience as an education consultant and marketing specialist. This is not a scam zone. This is not one of those people who come around and just give you big grammar and take your money and then vanish. No, you will get maximum return on your investment. We have taught over 1,000 students on how to use digital marketing to bring in lots of money for themselves. I've also run successful campaigns for different schools and even currently still doing the same thing. This is something you do not want to miss. I know you don't there's no time to go back and forth. Oh, should we or should we not? If this is something you really need, jump on it immediately. Now the best part is that there is a guarantee. 50 prospects monthly or you get your money back. 50 prospects monthly or you get your money back. Now what you're going to see is that when we start working with you, when we set up your marketing funnel, you will start to get calls, messages, and I'm telling you here that you will get at least 50. Of course I know it's going to be more than 50, but I'm giving you my assurance that you will get at least 50. If you do not get 50 people sending you messages, giving you a call, probably coming around to check your facility, any of all of these things put together, then you have the right to get whatever investment you make, you get it back 100%. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, school resumes pretty soon. School resumes pretty soon, and you do not want your classes to be empty. Teachers and other staff members are going to be asking for salary increment. The price of fuel has gone up, every other thing has gone up. The only thing left is for you to grow your numbers. Some schools cannot even increase school fees because parents are like complaining already, we do not have money to pay. But what can you do instead of increasing school fees? Increase your number, fill up your empty classrooms, add more chairs, add more tables, get more kids. so that you can cover your basic needs, your basic expenses, and probably pay for a vacation. School owners need vacation too. You need to rest, you need to relax, you need to enjoy return on your investment. And I'm sure you're wondering, how much does this cost? Is it going to cost me a lot of money? For you to promise me 10 million naira return, how much are you going to charge me? If I charge you 1 million naira, would that be nice? Would that be good? Would that be fair? If we charge you 1 million naira to give you 50 students, you already know how much you're making from 50. In many cases, you get more than 50, right? So if you're making 10 million naira, is it fair enough that we're only getting 1 million naira in return at our agency? Now, I'm not going to charge you 1 million naira at all. I'm going to give you a fantastic bonus depending on how fast you jump on it. Okay, I'm introducing to you our pro plan. The pro plan costs you 600,000 naira for a month, and it is for private universities and private secondary schools. 50 students, depending, of course, I know private secondary schools and private universities cost way higher. So 50 students in a month, so you get 50 prospects in a month, you get 600, you get to pay only 600,000 naira to get this set up for you. Now, for those that run nursery primary schools, you have a slightly more affordable option, a slightly more affordable price, and that is what we call the light plan. So the 600k is the pro plan, and then the other one, the light plan for primary schools, secondary schools, is 400,000 naira in a month. That's fair. That is fair. The prices are fair for the result we are sure that you're getting. This is not a gamble. This is not, oh, what if, what about? Before we get your money, before you even pay, we'll sit down with you, ask you a few questions, and when we are sure that we can work with you, you are 100% sure of getting results. Okay, so either you pick the pro plan at 600k or you pick the light plan at 400k, depending on your school and depending on the number of students you're looking to get. Now, for those people who watch the video to the end, I promised you a special offer, and the offer is what you're going to see right now. So I'm even giving you a further discount. For the pro plan, you get to send a DM saying exclusive pro, and that would help you cut off as high as 100k from your money. So you end up paying 499,999,000, 499,999,000 naira for 50 students. That's a steal. For something that is sure to work, that is a steal. But I want to draw you in. I want you to feel happy. I want school owners to call me and say, come to my school, come to my office, come, let's just host you because of what you have done for us. That is what is going to make me really glad. That's why it's going to make me very happy. And that's why I'm even giving you an extra bonus. So if you send a DM after watching this video, remember to add the keyword exclusive, because if you do not add the keyword exclusive, you will not get this extra discount I am telling you of right now. For the primary schools, nursery primary schools, you have an extra discount as well. So instead of 400,000 naira, you'll be paying 349,999, 349,999. Yes, that's what you're going to pay. And all you need to do is so also send a DM saying exclusive, exclusive light, or just say exclusive, and then we take it up from there. Your next 50 students is assured when you pick any of these plans. Your next 50 prospects, your next 50 parents, your next 50 calls, inquiries, DMs, and all of that put together is assured. Now, when we send you 50 clients, 50 prospects, you have the job, you have the work to do from there. Make sure you convince them. Make sure you give them an offer that they cannot resist. Make sure that everything they need to hear to make them swipe their cards and pay for your school fees, your uniforms, and every other thing to bring their children to your school. Make sure you do all of that. But on our side, we are sure, we are confident that we are going to be sending you quality customers, quality clients right to your doorstep. Okay, now the extra discount is only valid for 5 schools in each category. Please, I do not want you to send me back to my mother's house or to my village. So the extra discount I gave at the end is for only 5 schools. So only 5 nursery primary schools get to pay 349,999, and only 5 universities or secondary schools get to pay 499,999. So Whichever category you're choosing, remember to use the keyword exclusive. So send me a DM saying exclusive, and I'll be very glad to give you a special bonus. Time is running out. School resumes really, really soon. So send a DM to the School Marketing Expert on Facebook or Instagram, or just give us a call on the number on your screen. You can also send a WhatsApp message as well. Do that right now, okay? So that you can rejoice when school resumes, because your next 50 students is guaranteed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got value from this. Have a very fantastic day ahead. Once again, my name is Oluseyi and I'm known as the School Marketing Expert. We are expecting your call, your message to work with us at our agency. Send us a message right now. Thank you.